Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today we're going to talk about a lot of news here that's going on and finally some bullish news coming into the market. What we saw over the past couple hours was a pretty big breakout on a lot of cryptocurrencies. We're now finally recovering the levels that we were supposed to really. And I actually notified that as soon as it happened. I made the call on my Twitter. So if you want live crypto market updates, make sure to follow me on there. But just to go over what happened for the general market, most of the cryptocurrencies are in the green. We do have a couple exceptions. Ethereum Classic is down a little bit. It obviously did well here over the past couple days, so that is normal. Nano struggling a little bit, still has a lot of exchange drama going on, but other than that, the majority of the market is definitely in the green here across the board. And we have some pretty big movers, right? LITECOIN doing very well here. It has a couple of things, as far as fundamentals go, with all the LitePay stuff coming up, that's helping it. But this was kind of unexpected. It kind of came out of nowhere, up 35%. As you know, I have been building a position in LiteCoin. But there are some other big movers, right? Monero did very well. VeChain up 15%. So great to see things turning back around, and that's exactly what I predicted over my past couple daily crypto updates, that we were going to see things start to move back up. And this happened, maybe even sooner than expected, and it came back in a pretty strong way. So exactly what we wanted to see. Now let's go over some of the news. The Binance CEO confirmed that he was working with Bittrex, and that basically the whole Tether situation is nothing to worry about, that he saw the Tether bank accounts. And people were pretty skeptic about the whole thing still, as far as, the general response here in the comments. So still, a little bit of maybe concern there. It depends on how you look at it, but I didn't want to mention it in the news section. Other than that, we have the European Central Bank that's dismissing, cryptocurrency ban. Coinbase is introducing a Coinbase Commerce option, so kind of like a pay with PayPal type thing. And you can see the pictures here. It's of course, still in development, but this is very exciting for what it could bring for the future as far as actually, making cryptocurrencies a viable method of payment. Other than that, South Korea government is giving more signals that it's not going to start banning cryptocurrency exchanges. So what we're really seeing here overall is a lot of FUD about, countries banning cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Really fading away, and that's, that always happens, right? It never actually comes down to an actual ban. Other news, Ripple is partnering with Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority for a pilot program for banks, and this is pretty typical Ripple stuff. They keep on adding on new partners, so great news for them. But if you take a look at all the headlines here today, we're looking at some bullish stuff, right? And that's finally what we want to start seeing as far as regaining a more bullish sentiment in the market. So let's go over Nano now. And Nano, unfortunately, has all those looming issues still. And what happened here wasn't great. It broke back below. I mean, it hadn't really done that for quite some time. It was holding above it, but it ended up breaking below 100,000 satoshis. And if you've been watching my daily crypto updates, I said that it was absolutely the level that we had to hold above to avoid, a further, large drop. And unfortunately, we broke below it. We went all the way down to 90,000 satoshis. We bounced back towards our downtrend line, and we didn't manage to get back above that. I don't think we will, and I think that the sign that we broke below 100,000 satoshis means that we're going to stay below that for a while. We may even move lower than 90,000 satoshis. And this kind of, confirms really a bit of a bearish time here that I think has been going on for a while, but will probably continue for quite some time for Nano. And the fact that it's doing bad today when a lot of cryptocurrencies are surging, I think that speaks for itself, right? Unfortunately, when there's a cryptocurrency like Nano that isn't necessarily a bad cryptocurrency, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great cryptocurrency, but when it has all those problems and there's all these other cryptocurrencies that are doing good that don't really have anything holding them back, well, people will most likely put their money there. And talking about that, Stellar is also one that's doing pretty well here today. Let's jump into the technical analysis now for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin moving higher here, finally broke back above $9,000. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Still have a nice little uptrend going on the indicators, a lot of buying volume, and we're back above the middle band, right? The middle band is at $9,061. We are trading back above that. So really, we still have some resistance ahead, but I would just say, look at these two trend lines right here, right? I'm actually going to put them in pink because these are the two trend lines that I think we're going to bounce in between, and that creates this channel in which we're probably going to move higher in as we try climbing back towards the all-time highs. So we do need to get back above this red downtrend line. That's going to be a little bit hard, but I don't see really any problem with it. Like I said, really kind of just expect us to bounce between these two pink trend lines. Let's take a look at Ethereum now and see what Ethereum has been doing. So Ethereum is, trying to get back above that $917 mark. Actually, a little bit weaker than Bitcoin today. With that being said, there is some bullish signals here for Ethereum as well. We've got, the break above the positive area on the histogram, and we're back above the orange line on the MACD. We've been waiting on that for quite a time. So definitely looking good there as far as the indicators are concerned, and maybe it'll pull back a little bit, but either way here I think we're still going to move higher. And one thing that I will say about Ethereum though is you can see these two red trend lines, right, that form the symmetrical triangle formation. So we may still trade a little bit in between those two trend lines, and then we're probably going to break towards the upside of that. If we have enough strength, maybe we can even avoid consolidating a bit more and right away moving back up. But for that, we would want to at least hold above the middle band and that $917 mark. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Like I said, Litecoin is the big mover here today. No specific news. The only thing that we can think about is there was a rumored Litecoin fork that has been disproven now, but there's also everything with LitePay that's coming February 26th, I believe. So good things in the works, and really Litecoin has been in a bit of a slump longer than the others. So it's now leading the race pretty much, and we broke back above that $165 mark. That was the signal. We really blasted off from there, and we may pull back a little bit here. I'm even surprised that it's pushing these levels, because we're testing this, we have these two pink trend lines in which I think we're going to trade in between as we move higher, exactly like Bitcoin. But the one thing here is it's actually kind of, testing and peaking above this one over here. So if it's really that strong, maybe it'll even get back above that. That would be pretty amazing. But I think we're probably going to pull back a little bit and just, continue to trade higher in between this channel here, in between the two pink trend lines. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ripple now. So Ripple, obviously, more and more partnerships, but let's see what's going on as far as the technicals are concerned. We're back above the middle band, which is very key here for Ripple, and indicators looking good, trending higher. So we had that bit of sideways action, and we're still somewhat flat, but really what matters here is that we're back above that $1 mark now, holding above that. We're back above the middle band, and as you can see, we flattened out a little bit on the Bollinger Bands. That may continue just a little bit longer, and then I think we're ready to really start moving higher. That first level that we're going to have to move back above is $1.50. Let's take a look now at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be NEO, and let's see what NEO has been up to. Sorry, I went on Bitfinex here. I usually do my charts on Bittrex, but NEO is not looking bad here. We're back above the middle band. The middle band is the red line right over here at $119. We're currently crossing over above the orange line. Still want to see that crossover above the in the positive area for the histogram, but really we're still looking good here. It's a little bit different situation than some of these other cryptocurrencies because we're still not out of this red downtrend line over here, and I feel like that may put a little bit more pressure on the price. So we'll see. This could go either one of two ways, right? If we do see a lot of strength come back in for and we do actually have some resistance in this $120 area, so it's normal that we're struggling a little bit here. Either if there's enough strength, we're just gonna blast through this and get back towards $140 pretty quickly, or we may test this downtrend line, the red line right here, and move a little bit lower. Trade maybe slightly lower, create a little bit of a flag formation, and then get our breakout just a little bit later than right away, basically. But I'm not bearish on NEO or anything like that. I think that once it gets its strength going again, it'll do very well. So let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Vertcoin. And let's see what Vertcoin has been up to throughout all of this. Vertcoin is looking good here, actually. Vertcoin broke back above $3.23. That's exactly what we wanted to see. We also now see that the middle band is finally, flattening out. Maybe it'll even start to round back up pretty quickly here. Indicators looking great, all uptrending with quite a bit of strength. And we even made our way back above the middle band, which is, an even better sign as far as the recovery of Vertcoin. Middle band is at $3.41. So, we could move up. I think we're probably going to move a bit higher in over the next day or two, back towards $4, $4.30, and really not that much holding us back now because we've been in this downtrend for so long, right? It's been really a nasty downslope that Vertcoin was in, and we finally broke out of that, and we're fully holding above it, right? We even put a couple trading days in. So, now I think that the next move is higher for Vertcoin, and over the past two candlestick, it has been putting in higher highs, higher lows. What I drew in here was kind of, our channel that maybe we could put in. It's pretty steep, but we'll see if we'll be able to trade along this channel. Either way, though, I see this moving higher, and we'll just have to churn through the resistance levels, right? Get back to $5, see if we can break back above that. I think we have a good chance of doing so. What might be a little bit more tricky is, that $7 area, but not that many resistance levels yet, left as far as getting back towards the highs, and definitely possible. Might not be easy, but we really just have to gauge the strength once it starts, reaching those resistance levels. Let's take a look now at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Monero. And like I said, Monero actually got a lot of strength going again. So that's a great sign. Let me see if I can get it on Bittrex here, wrong exchange. But Monero is, like I said, it got a really nice jump here, and we're back above $257. That's the breakout that we wanted to see. We're also back above the middle band. And do realize that a lot of these middle bands on a lot of these cryptocurrencies are still in a little bit of a downslope, maybe flattening out a little bit. So we may, move a little bit sideways still, but just so that flattens out a bit more and then we're ready to move back up. Either way, things are looking good, right? I fully consider us back into bullish territory now. And we may not jump up right away to where we were previously, but this is the step that we wanted to see in the right direction. So really now, it's climbing through these resistance levels, right? Next one is $300. I don't think we'll have too much problem with that, but the upper Bollinger Band is still not leaving us that much room, so that might slow things down a little bit. Either way, it's just going to be a matter of time here before we get back to where we were previously, I believe. And that's going to be the case for a lot of these cryptocurrencies. Some will obviously be stronger than others. So let's go ahead and take a look at Omisego now. Omisego is one of the cryptos that actually had a really nice move as well here today. And what we saw happen was a break above $14. We were waiting on that, right, since we got that pretty big hit. Middle band looks like it's going to start coming back up. So we're going to have some resistance at $18. That's the next level that we want to try to break through. If we struggle a little bit with that, we're probably going to consolidate a little bit between $14 and $18. But once again, I think it's just a matter of time before we get back above $20. And after that, really, we're pretty much where we were previously. Let's take a look at LISC now and see what LISC has been doing. So LISC is currently above $25 still. This is one of the only cryptocurrencies that was basically unaffected by the whole downtrend. And now it's even coming back up pretty quickly. So we're going to have to try to break above. And we also have the Bollinger Bands expanding as well as the middle band that's pointing towards the upside. What that tells me is that this is going to be one to really lead the way here and probably struggle much less than others as far as reaching new highs. So we just need to get back above this red downtrend line. That might not be easy. We'll have to see once we start testing it if we're going to have the strength to blow past that, or are we going to move a little bit lower. Just have to wait and see. But other than that, the next resistance as far as, the last one really before getting back to the previous all-time highs, which are at, let's see, I believe around $41. We have to get back above $33 basically. So let's take a look at Cardano now. Hopefully Cardano is doing good. This has been one that's been struggling, and unfortunately, guys, Cardano is breaking below that. It's not yet below 4,000 Satoshis, but our specific resistance level was, support level was 4,098 Satoshis, and now we're moving below that. I think that this is a very bad sign for Cardano. Not really managed to ever get that crossover on the indicators, and now losing that very important support level. So I think we're going to be moving pretty quickly back down to 3,000 satoshis at least. And I did not want to see this because the market is doing well, and there's no reason why Cardano should be experiencing this. So there may be something bigger at hand. We'll have to see. Let's take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA. And IOTA is, moving higher, still struggling a little bit to get back above this longer-term pink uptrend line right over here. We are back above the middle man, so that's a good sign. And I think that may struggle a little bit to get back above that, but really pretty shortly here we should be trading again back above the pink uptrend line over here. With that being said, everyone, this is the end of the daily crypto update. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everyone.